What's going on, people? It says we're live here, which is really cool. What's going on? I'm Alex Thorn, and I am a rock and roller who, in his downtime, likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And while today we're not watching a movie, today we are talking about movies. So let's see. Is this working here? Hold on. I got to see if we're getting audio. Let's see. Is this all right? We are getting audio. So thank you for joining me once again. I'm Alex Thorn. And now that I know for sure that we're live, this is my second live hangout, and it's pretty cool. It's a new thing for me just to go live and talk to you guys. For me, I'm used to interacting back and forth. To go live by my lonesome like this is wild. But the last Saturday on the first live, I used I went through YouTube directly, and that was fun. But I didn't get to see any of your comments. So on Monday, I went live again, right? But this time I went live with StreamYard. So this is my second live hangout and my second time using StreamYard, but it's my third live in general. So I'm getting an education really, really quickly. Today, honestly, I wanted to just chat with you guys about the latest movies that I've been reviewing. And the latest movies, because there's two of you right here, welcome to the live. The latest movies that I've been reviewing is Beverly Hills Cop. And man, what a journey it has been. I know it was only 4 movies, but those 4 movies, especially because it's starring Eddie Murphy, they just meant a lot to me. A lot. Because, like, when I was a kid, there was Arnold Schwarzenegger on the big screen, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, and Eddie Murphy. Like, out of all of those guys, I always felt like Eddie Murphy was the most relatable to me. So when I actually got to see Beverly Hills Cop 3, as soon as it went to video stores, we rented it. And I want to say that I saw Beverly Hills Cop 3 before I saw 1 and 2, just because, I liked how much of an actor, and he's still my favorite actor to this day, Eddie Murphy was. So going back to review and check those out, um, going back to review and see those movies after so long was really, really cool. What's going on? Grace loves bands, says hi. How are you, Grace? Thanks for joining my live. Yeah, there you go. You popped up. I'm glad I get to see it. This is the first time I actually get to see the pop-ups on StreamYard, so this is really cool. We're just chatting about Beverly Hills Cop and the month that I was reviewing it. And as I was saying, I saw Beverly Hills Cop 3 first. So I think that's why I don't think that it's such a bad movie. I'm gonna let the Toby Price says he left his lighter in the refrigerator. I think that's one of the lines from the movies, I think. But you know, I think that's why I have such an affinity for it, because a lot of people come out and say that they don't like Beverly Hills Cop 3 at all. And I don't hate it. After going back and watching for, this deep dive that I did for this channel, after going back and seeing 1 and 2, I can understand why you would come off and say, like, nah, it doesn't hold a candle to 1 and 2, but I don't think it's that bad. But, like I said, going back for this deep dive, I never got the opportunity to really appreciate where Eddie Murphy was in Hollywood when Beverly Hills Cop 1 came out, like 1984. And I never really thought about it until I, did my research for the review video, because I had to see where was the world, where was Hollywood, where was Eddie Murphy at this time. And, I've said it in every video, but he was just coming off of SNL. He was just coming off of SNL, and he was doing Trading Places, and there's another movie, and there's like 2 or 3 movies that he did before Beverly Hills Cop, but he was just huge. And of course, Delirious, which a lot of people say you can't do that kind of comedy today, but I think if you're Eddie Murphy, you can. Like I get it. People won't like it, but it's Eddie Murphy, so he's gonna do whatever he wants to do regardless. And then you get Beverly Hills Cop coming out, and it was the perfect mixture. I think one of the things that I never really paid attention to was, and he said in the most recent interviews, right? He said that Beverly Hills Cop 1 was really the first comedy action film. That before then, it had to be a buddy cop film. That before then, you had to have, a black guy and a white guy, all of that stuff. But, I never thought of it that way because you saw so many more movies that follow the template of Beverly Hills Cop after that, that you got to put yourself in that time frame thinking like it's 1984. And he did really, really good. I just got done doing the ranking video, and I ranked Beverly Hills Cop 2 as my top Beverly Hills Cop movie. And I know a lot of people are like, nope, number 1 is where it's at, and that's it. But I disagree, because Beverly Hills Cop 2, not only did the budget grow, but it took everything from Beverly Hills Cop 1 and amplified it, as opposed to some other sequels that I've reviewed on this channel that don't do that. I did a deep dive of a series called Night of the Demons, real early on in this channel's history. And part 2 took the fact that people found some of part 1 funny, and they turned that up to 11. And that is not what they needed to do whatsoever. Part 1 had funny parts because, it was kind of cheap, but it wasn't meant to be, looked at a funny comedy horror movie. So in part 2, they amplified the wrong things. As Beverly Hills Cop 2 takes all the right things and then, actually amplifies those. I need some water. Toby Price says, I like your feed, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. But beyond that, when looking at Beverly Hills Cop 2 and those that were in it, as I mentioned before, you had Hugh Hefner. Come on, man. Playboy, I know he's gone, and I know the Playboy brand and magazines and all that stuff. I know Playboy still exists on a .com, because I've actually got one of my female friends who's a model for it. But yo, hold on a second. Dark Room Reviews, what's going on, brother? Happy Saturday night to you too. Hey, I want to ask you, because I know you're a family guy, Dark Room. How was your 4th, man? How did you spend it, dude? Because I know mine was really good. It was my first 4th of July with my son solo, just me and him, and then his uncle and his daughter. But it was like, the first non mother father July 4th. So that was really cool for me. So how was yours, dude? Hopefully you're having a good weekend already. Good holiday weekend. But as I was saying, not only did you have Hugh Hefner show up from Playboy, the king, man. He got to walk around in slippers and have women around him all the time and have pool parties. He was awesome. But you had Bridget Nielsen, and Bridget Nielsen was on the come up in the 80s. She could have done really, really, really well for herself if she didn't make certain decisions in her life. But she was awesome in that movie too. Like, Bridget Nielsen in Beverly Hills Cop 2 had such a presence that whoever the bad guy was, I had no idea. I didn't even remember it. Like I just did a poll on the community section of this channel, and nobody really is voting for the guy in part 2. I should have put Bridget Nielsen's face up there as a favorite villain, because nobody cares about it. In fact, I'll go there right now real quick and see what you guys are voting for. So as of right now, you guys are voting for part 4's villain, which is Kevin Bacon. So far, there's 12 votes, and one of the last voting systems that I put up got like near, I want to say 600 votes. Let me scroll down on this a little bit and see. Let's see. No, yeah, near 600 votes, and this one is already going for Kevin Bacon. I don't remember who the second guy was in part two. I just know that I should have put Bridget Nielsen. You guys are voting for Kevin Bacon as your favorite, which is, rightfully so. He was awesome in part four. But, talking again about Beverly Hills Cop here for you guys that are joining. Dark room reviews. He says it was a quiet night, really. Some people were lighting fireworks up the street. We don't really go all out like we used to. Yeah, man, I get you. I don't light fireworks whatsoever. I can watch them, but I don't touch a firework. I've got a little bit of trauma when it comes to fireworks because my father passed away in a firework accident. Actually doing the show, he actually got blown off the barge out in Michigan. Him and three other guys. So he passed away when I was 11. So I don't really touch fireworks like that. It wasn't like a local firework. These were show grade, not commercial stuff. So yeah, he passed away. So I don't touch them. I enjoy watching them from a safe distance, and that's about it for that. And I want to say that this is probably the first 4th of July that I really enjoyed in a long, long time. And that was all thanks to my best friend, who is my son's uncle. He is a photojournalist, and he's actually also the one that got me this bandana. He brought it to me from Cancun, Mexico. He just gave it to me on the 4th, so that's why I'm wearing it today. Oh man, Toby Price, man. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Houston and the floods and all that stuff that happens. Not cool, man. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, back to Beverly Hills Cop. That's what we're talking about. If you're just joining this live, I just got done doing a deep dive on all 4 movies and did a ranking, and that's available on this channel as well as with a playlist. And speaking of Beverly Hills Cop, I'm waiting on you, brother. DDZ Power Players, the channel. Thank you for commenting on the videos and letting me know what your favorite is, because this is for you. So not only are we going to do a giveaway here for a certain Blu-ray, but this is waiting to go out to you, DDZ Power Players. I love you, brother. He's a local police officer, and he was commenting on the videos, and he won Beverly Hills Cop, the DVD collection. And in watching part 4, I've been seeing mixed reviews on the brand new Beverly Hills Cop 4, mainly positive, right? And everything's going to be mixed when you're looking up stuff on the internet. But there's a certain older age of people that I think are not happy with the comedy of Beverly Hills Cop. Either that, or they're just greatly out of touch with, what they found entertaining about part 1 and 2. Because in my opinion, part 4, if you haven't seen it yet, and you're worried about it, really, really, really did capture the essence of Eddie and capture the essence of Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. One of the issues with part 3, for me, not for everybody else, but for me, was Eddie Murphy didn't feel present in the character. And then I read and saw some videos that he thought that the Axel Foley character should mature. He shouldn't be, doing all that crazy stuff that he was doing and trying to manipulate people by being funny and being characters, that he should do something more. And there's a few parts in that movie where you see like these opportunities for him, to do that, and they take him in Beverly Hills Cop 4. Every chance he gets, he does that whole thing where he slips into a new character, tells a story, squints his eyes and does his Eddie Murphy thing. And there's even a great part where he's going to book a night at a Beverly Hills hotel. They tell him the rate, and he wants to slip into it, and he goes, I'm too tired for this shit. And I love that, because he's showing that he's getting older without everybody in the movie, as they've done in other movies, telling him you're old. There's a couple parts in the movie where they kind of express that to him, but otherwise it's not so much like that. So if you have not seen Beverly Hills Cop 4, I strongly recommend it, as it has become quite a job for me to watch movies because of this channel, and I'm grateful for it. I really am. Speaking of this channel, I want to throw in there for those of you who are watching right now, I have a membership to join on this channel. And with that membership, you get early access to videos, you get live only chats, you get live only watch alongs for some movies, and you get an let's see, there it goes. You get an actual membership card laminated, mailed out to you for becoming a member. I don't know any other channel that does this. I made these designs myself. That is so hard to center this. I made these designs myself. Back here takes you right back to the channel, has a Be Kind rewind right here, Thorn approved on this side, and then the date that the channel was born. This, I've always wanted to have my own video store. One of my first dreams, entrepreneurial dreams, because the first thing I ever want to do is be like a tap dancer when I was a kid. But when it came to like, what do you want to do when you're older? I wanted to have my own video store. And lo and behold, years and years and years and years, many years later, here I am making membership cards as if I had my own video store for Thorn Theater Reviews. So you get one of these mailed out to you when you become an Ultimate Tier member. And like I said, you get early access to videos, you get exclusive lives. Also, even if you don't join the Ultimate Tier and you just go for the Thorn Plus membership, you get exclusive shorts, you get polls that help the future of the channel. I post a lot of behind the scenes shorts and a lot of behind the scene pictures there. And you get access to exclusive emojis and badges. So ton of cool stuff and a good way for you to support the creator like me and so many others that have channels on here. Speaking of somebody that supported, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's an awesome YouTuber, Samurai, Viking Samurai. The dude starred in The Last Kumite, which I reviewed here on the channel. I reviewed it because of Jason Brandt. I'm a huge fan of Jason Brandt's YouTube channel. And I found out that he was a part of a movie that looked a lot like Kickboxer, Bloodsport, Best of the Best, all those movies. No Retreat, No Surrender. And it's called The Last Kumite. And I reviewed it. And then Viking Samurai, who has like, I think over 100,000 subs, if I'm over quoting you, man. Sorry about that. But he donated to my Buy Me a Coffee site. So I always talk about that. That's another way that you guys can support if you don't want to join the channel membership and commit to that. So that's another thing you can do. Those links are all over this YouTube page, so you can go ahead and check that out. But that's enough chilling. Let's move on to the next subject for me, which is aliens. So now that Beverly Hills Cop is done for July and August, everything I do going forward is all about aliens. There are 8 movies currently in that, franchise, and there's one more coming out called Alien Romulus, and that's coming out August 16th. So we just did my first live watch along on Monday here, and we're going to do a second one this coming Monday for Aliens. So if you want to watch along Aliens with me, I'm going to be watching it not from streaming like I did the first one, but I'm actually going to be watching the Blu-ray. This is from my personal collection. I've had this for years since it came out. It's got this really cool packaging and all that. So it's been a long time since I watched this version of the movie. I think I streamed it maybe a few years ago, but I want to watch this because I know this is going to sound amazing on my 9 point whatever system I have, and LG C3 OLED. There's nothing like physical media, man. I know it's easy to stream everything, but this right here, if you got a good TV that you paid a lot of money for, you want to go physical media. So we're going to be watching that on Monday. But, speaking about that Aliens franchise, when I watched Alien Part 1 on Monday, again, a lot like Beverly Hills Cop 1, I had to put myself in the mindset of 1979 because there was so much of that movie that was a slow burn. And because we know so much, or we've seen so much Aliens, if you're a fan of the series, like I was like, come on, move the story. Let's get to, some people dying. Let's get some action. And then you got to remember, it's 1979. This is fresh. Nobody knows what, the aliens are. And in this movie, there's only one alien. I did I did laugh a lot during the movie, and I know you're not supposed to laugh during Alien, but some of the effects, 1979, looked very, very crude. And it's I'm just thinking back to that one part where the alien busts out of the midsection of the guy, right? And it looked like, and it was a puppet, but it just goes across the screen so fast. And I thought that Spaceballs did a great job in making fun of that scene because it doesn't hold up. The movie, the plot holds up, but the special effects, they don't look great compared to today, obviously. But I watched that on Monday, and I'm gonna release the review for it. I believe this Wednesday. So if you're a channel member, you'll have access to that early, and then it'll go public on Wednesday. Tomorrow we're watching Aliens. So please, oh, I'm sorry, Monday. My apologies. Monday we're watching Aliens. So please join me if you have the time. 7 p.m. Central. I know people work, so I'm not trying to screw you over in your sleep. But if you want to join me on Monday to watch Aliens, but I did learn something. So even though the Alien stream, the watch along stream, is up now, and it's gotten more views since I did it, Fox did a copyright on the live, and they took it down and blocked it everywhere. So the only reason why it went back up, and they blocked it, I mean immediately. I want to say within 5 minutes of that stream being done. I challenged it, or whatever it's called. I did an appeal or a claim or something like that, a claim appeal. And after 2 days of not getting an answer from Fox, it went back up. So I think it's still pending. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's up for right now. What I did learn was to turn the volume down as far as I possibly can on those watch along live streams, or else those things are going to get claimed really, really fast. And I'm going to keep you guys on track on the time that I'm watching. I'll give you timestamp markers every 15 to 20 minutes or so, just in case we're lost or new people. Thank you guys for joining the chat right now. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. We're talking about Aliens right now and what I'm going to be watching in July and August. But yeah, like, I thought I could have some of the volume up so you guys can hear it. Big mistake. Glad that I learned from it right away. I'll have it super, super low so that Fox or anybody else in the future doesn't take it down. And what I'll do is just give you guys timestamp markers. And I guess you guys will just be, watching a very quiet stream of me talking, very similar to right now. So yeah, I want to say that I've seen Alien 3 once. Maybe once. I owned like a snake-like action figure. If any of you guys are action figure collectors or still have some of those from the early 90s, I think I had one of those. And I also had like this one where you would push it back and it would do like this bullhorn type of thing when I was a kid. But I don't remember anything about Alien 3. I certainly, if I've ever seen Alien Resurrection, I don't remember anything about it. So I'm just going to go with the fact that, and say I never seen it. In terms of Prometheus, I did see Prometheus twice in the theater. And I once upon a time owned a really cool Blu-ray pack that was just like this, that like had a book and it was deluxe and all this cool stuff. In fact, it might have been the 3D version that I owned of Prometheus. So I absolutely love that movie. But do I remember a lot about it? No, probably I'll start remembering some stuff when we do the watch along and watch it again. Alien Covenant, never seen it. And then AVP, I absolutely love AVP. In fact, I had watched it a few months ago with my son, and he dug it. He loved it too. Easily seen that movie close to 10 times, if not more. And then AVP 2, no idea. Never saw it. I remember an ex of mine, she used to work at a Blockbuster in the dying days, and she rented it and brought it home, and we never got to watch it. So my question to you guys that are in the live right now is, have you seen AVP 2, Alien Covenant, or Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection? So those are the 4 movies that I'm iffy on. those are the ones that are pretty much going to be like brand new experiences for me because there's just so many aliens, and I feel like they fell off after a while, and they might have waited too long between part two and part three. Now, granted, there was a long time between part one and two, but technology improved so much between one and two. Like my memories of Aliens 2 are nothing like what I saw in Alien when we rewatched it on Monday. So you would think that, between Alien 2 and Alien 3, it would be great, and it didn't come out too long after Terminator 2. So like the love for those type of movies from that era should be huge by the time Alien 3 came out, but nothing was really there. Let's see. Lily Cortez says that she has only seen the first Alien. Well, Lily, if you want to see Aliens and you have Hulu, you can actually stream that Monday and we can do a watch along. You can join the watch along with me and anybody else who's going to watch it on Monday at 7 p.m. Central, and we'll all watch it together. Because like I mentioned earlier, I streamed Alien Part 1 off of Hulu, and Part 2 I'm going to watch it on physical media. So I'm going to get the best experience. And maybe you will too. You get the convenient experience. Along with Aliens, and I do like to do giveaways because I'm going to do a giveaway later on in this stream. So stay tuned for that. But I'm thinking about doing a giveaway of this book right here, Aliens Big Hunt. So this is like stories around the movie Aliens. And I actually just picked this up, and I picked it up with the intent to, give it away to you guys. So if you're interested in this, and I haven't decided yet how many viewers joining me on Monday's stream, and you're a big Aliens fan, I know this retails for a little over $20. So if you guys want to win this, let me know if you're interested. This seems like a pretty cool book. And I literally just picked it up yesterday. So between yesterday and Monday is just not enough time with everything I got going on to read this. So if you guys want that, let me know. I bought it with the intent to give it to you guys. There's also something else I wanted to plug beyond the channel itself, and that's actually my eBay. So on eBay, I sell a whole bunch of my stuff from my personal collection, and I'm always kind of like letting you guys know the updates in the community section of this YouTube. And times are thin, times are tough for everybody. So I'm putting this up for you horror lovers, and that's Jason X, the novel. This comes from my personal collection, and I know that there's just a ton of lovers of these books. I've got actually more of them, but this is just the first one. And I just put this up, and it's in great condition, by the way. I take care of my stuff. So I know that right now this Jason X novel book is going a little over $100. And I know that there's a bunch of people in Facebook groups who talk about these and they want them. And is anybody getting rid of them? Well, I'm getting rid of one. So if you guys want to win this, go head over to my eBay, which is in the link on the YouTube channel. It's called Thorn Tech. And check out all the physical media that I got there. Occasionally, there is action figures on there. There's tons of Blu-rays, tons of books, all of that good stuff there. And then DDZ Power, I don't know if you're watching. If you were, you probably comment. But brother, remember, you won the Beverly Hills Cop DVD collection. And I know that you said that you don't have Netflix, so you haven't watched the new one yet. But even though you can't watch the new one or you haven't watched it, you won the Beverly Hills Cop DVD giveaway. And at the end of this stream, for those of you that are tuning in, I will be giving away Bad Boys, the Blu-ray. I was supposed to give this away on the ranking video of Bad Boys that was already a month ago, right? And it's crazy because there's just so much that you have to remember when doing these videos. I got to remember about the membership. I got to remember the details of all this stuff. You got to download all the stuff about the movie and all that. And I was supposed to do this giveaway because almost every single time I do a ranking video, I do a giveaway of that, ranking physical media. So this is going to be given away by the end of today's stream. Just comment down below which is your favorite Bad Boys, and I'll call out your name by the end of the stream. And if you hop off, don't worry about it. I'll hit you up on here. This is all recorded, so I'll hit you up on here. And then the way to claim anything is go to Thorn Theater Reviews on Facebook, and I'll hook you up there and do what you got to do. But beyond that, how was everybody's 4th of July? I know I spoke to Dark Room Reviews earlier. He said it was a really quiet night. They don't go out like they used to. Same thing here. It was actually really enjoyable to be with my son. First time father and son, just solo. Didn't get to do it the last 2 years, and every other time was a whole different family dynamic. So it was cool to do this one. And not only was it the two of us, but it was also my buddy who's a photojournalist. And he had his daughter. He brought this back from Cancun. He just got back. He grilled. The kids were in the pool. So it was rooftop, cool experience, something I've never done. What about you guys? Let me know what you guys did down below. But beyond that, I just wanted to thank you guys. Just wanted to thank you guys for joining me on this live. Got to let me talk about Beverly Hills Cop, which I just did a deep dive on that. We're heading into alien territory. So I got 8 movies to review on that. The first review for Alien comes out on Wednesday. On Monday, I'm doing the Aliens watch along at 7 p.m. Central, so you can join me on that. There's also a link to join me there. I was able to talk to you guys about the Jason X that's gone up on my eBay. And like I said, all you got to do is leave me a comment down below on the stream about which is your favorite Bad Boys movie. And I'll make sure to get this out to you because I'm going to pick a winner of the giveaway today of the Bad Boys movie. So if nobody leaves a comment on what is their favorite Bad Boys, I can't give you anything, But yeah, earlier today, I was talking to you guys about the channel memberships. And like I said earlier, you get this actual physical membership card mailed out to you when you become a member. So I made the design, I did all of that stuff, and that's me with the blue bandana as I always have. And there's a ton of other stuff that you get with the membership, exclusive live chats, exclusive watch-alongs that we do there, sometimes hangouts even there, and then also you get early access to videos. So that's like the coolest thing to me, is that to be able to watch things and comment on things before anybody else. I don't know about you guys, but I like that. I know that before I left my shoot job today, it was WWE Money in the Bank, I want to say, was on. They had it on, and people were stopping to watch it. I saw Jey Uso come out. That's pretty much all I got to see. I have no idea who is wrestling outside of Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso. I'm pretty sure that Damian Priest is wrestling at that event. But outside of that, I don't know any other matches. Are you guys wrestling fans? I used to be a wrestler, so I kind of check back in on pro wrestling every now and then, specifically between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Outside of that, it's in my peripheral. If one of the guys that I grew up watching comes back into pro wrestling, that's when I kind of tune in again to check it out. But outside of that, I mean, it's just SummerSlam used to be a big deal, and then Survivor Series used to be a big deal. But like these in-between pay-per-views, like Money in the Bank, I know they have a big implication on the future, but I just never cared for it. When I think this is how out of the loop on pro wrestling that I am on a normal basis. When I think of Money in the Bank, I think of Feast or Fired briefcase from TNA. Like that's, I don't even know if they do that anymore. And the last Feast or Fired like thing that I remember them doing was 2011. I want to say that Tara, who was used to be Victoria, she like won the female one, and I have maybe Mr. Kennedy won the male one. I don't know. The sweet sounds of Chicago in the background. But yeah, like that's my last memory of like something that's Money in the Bank related or Feast or Fired related. And I know today they're doing Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And that's all I know. What I did get asked about by one of my friends earlier was if I knew anything about, what was coming to Netflix from WWE. All I know is they said that here in America, right, Raw is coming to Netflix. Outside of that, are we supposed to get the pay-per-views on Netflix? Is the library coming to Netflix, or is that all staying on Peacock? Maybe one of you guys know, but I have no clue. So if there's no wrestling fans in the chat, then I'm not taking you away from the pay-per-view. But if there is, I would like to know, is Jade Cargill wrestling tonight? Because if she's wrestling at Money in the Bank, that means I got to fire up Peacock and check it out just to see her. So guys, with that being said, there's nobody in the chat that mentioned their favorite bad boy. So I can't give this away just yet then. Maybe we can try another time. But I'm going to hop off of this live and this hangout. And thank you to everybody who joined me here, because I actually have to get going and have a meeting about Alex Thorn live. So my music, right? That's the other big thing that I do. And right now I have my next single called She Owns the Night being worked on. And I've actually got to have a meeting after this at a bar with a drummer, because he used to be my old drummer in another band. And then we're talking, and does he have a guitarist that can play my music and all that? Because my stuff is very 80s inspired. So it takes a lot of hand movement that I don't have anymore. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Alex Thorn. The next time we go live is on Monday at 7 p.m. Central. I'm going to watch Aliens on Physical Media. Grab that out again. I'm going to watch Aliens right here at 7 p.m. Central. You can join me for that. And if you want to win Aliens, Big Hunt, the book, let me know, because I did specifically pick this up just for you on the channel. Guys, I'm Alex Thorn. Thank you for joining me. Have a happy Saturday, and I hope everybody had a great 4th of July.